Politics is a big issue in the United States. Some people don't like talking about the issue, but for me, I really like to debate and make people think more than one way. Today, I am going to try to persuade you to vote in a more conservative way, or in other words, Republican. There is a very distinct line between Republicans and Democrats, and there is a very simple answer. I am going to go over some of the major differences between the two political parties. But please keep in mind not all Republicans and Democrats stand for the same issues that their party stands for. I will be speaking about the majority of that party. The first thing I want to cover are some of the controversial issues between the Republican and Democratic parties. When it comes to the national defense, Republicans prefer having a large military, so if we are in trouble, we have our military to protect us and keep us a strong country, which I find is the best thing to do. The Democrats don't want a big military and are reluctant to use military force. If President Obama brought all of the military home, they would have no jobs to come back to, and the unemployment rates would go up even higher. The next thing is gun control laws. The Democrats don't think it's right to be able to carry a concealed weapon. The Republicans believe in the Second Amendment, as well as every American should, and believe that we should have the right to carry a concealed weapon. The next controversial issue is gay rights. Democrats are for equal rights for gays and lesbians. Republicans believe that marriage should be between a man and a woman, as it says in the Bible. Now we're going to go to one of the least talked about subjects because people have very different beliefs on this topic: abortion. Democrats think that the choice should be up to the woman to decide whether she wants to keep the baby or not. Republicans believe that this is considered murder, which it is, and that should be made illegal. I agree 100% with Republicans because this child did not get the chance to choose if it wanted to live or not. The last controversial issue is the topic of illegal immigrants. Republicans want to limit the number of illegal immigrants. Democrats understand that they want to come here to have a better life. This is understandable, but coming here and taking our jobs is negatively affecting American citizens. The next issue I'm going to cover is the economy, taxes, and spending. As you know, we are nearing the fiscal cliff, and this has become a very hot topic lately. First is the taxes and government spending. Republicans work hard to cut government spending and eliminate waste. Democrats believe that the government knows what is best for individuals. Democrats want to tax the higher income individuals at a much larger rate so that they can pay for the programs for the people who don't have jobs. Democrats also like to tax small businesses, which in turn hurts the individual business, and that is what ruins the economy and jobs. Right now, Democrats want to raise taxes on the top 2% earners. I believe, along with the Republicans, that most of these top earners are job creators. Most of these people are in this bracket because they are small businesses and their company's earnings get carried over to their personal income. If they must pay more in taxes, they will have to let go of workers within their company, and therefore we are eliminating jobs. Republicans support tax cuts which help all Americans across the board instead of just the poor. The Republicans also believe in keeping the small businesses at a lower tax rate, so in turn they hire more people, which helps grow the economy and create jobs. In my opinion, this is the right way to go, because with more people working, there are more people paying taxes, and therefore this will help reduce the deficit. When President Clinton was in office, the economy was excellent and unemployment was low. This was because he worked well with the Republican Congress in a bipartisan way, which benefited the American people. In my opinion, the reason it isn't working today is because President Obama, Nancy Pelosi, and Harry Reid will not work with the Republicans whatsoever. When George Bush was president for 8 years, the national debt only went up by $3 trillion. When President Obama got elected into office, our economy went downhill fast, and after being president for only 4 years, not 8, 4 years, our national debt went up by $7 trillion due to all of the government spending and stimulus programs. Our current government needs to learn how to control their spending and get this economy growing. The last issue that I'm going to talk about is the beliefs of the Republicans and Democratic parties. Democrats believe that it is the government's job to care for all individuals. I do not believe it is the government's responsibility to take care of me. Republicans believe that it is up to the individual to take care of themselves without relying on the government. This is the way it should be, so we can have our own individual freedom without the government's interference. Now that you know the beliefs of each of these parties, I think the answer is very clear. Republicans are completely right in the way that they know how to control spending and get the economy on the right track. It is very clear that the Democrats don't know how to do that. Look at how bad of a job they are doing now. I hope you choose to support and follow the Republican Party and to follow politics. The most important thing you can do is vote at election time because it is American privilege. Make the right choice for our future. Now I'm going to do my PowerPoint. And my first slide is on debt. And this graph shows the national debt and how Democrats, like our current president, has increased the debt. When Clinton was president, the debt did go down. And as Bush was president, it did go up a little bit, and then it really went up. But that could be because of 9/11, and we also went into war. And as Obama took over, the debt went very high. My next slide is on the fiscal cliff. Because of the Democrats not wanting to compromise with the Republicans, our debt could rise too much, and we could go off the fiscal cliff. Republicans and Democrats agree on program cuts. They should start there to prevent this detrimental debt crisis instead of not compromising with the opposing party. The Democrats think that the Republicans just need to go along with everything they say, which will only make things worse. My next slide is on unemployment. From 2002 to 2008, when Bush was president, the unemployment rates were very low. And at 2008 to 2012, the unemployment rates went very high, and they still are high to this day. So it is very clear that while the Republicans had control, the unemployment rate was very low. And as Democrats took over, the unemployment rates rise. My next slide is other spending problems. Obamacare is going to increase our debt, which is another thing we do not need in our economy. By the year 2019, Obamacare will raise our debt by another $226 billion. This needs to stop, and Republicans can help.